Since class of 1983, President Eisgruber has led the university since 2013 and was provost for 9 years before that. One hallmark of President Eisgruber's tenure at Princeton has been the commitment to make audacious bets on human talent and on discovery in the service of humanity. The university's growing commitment to artificial intelligence and our role in establishing the New Jersey AI Hub is another such bet, one that will benefit science, society, and the state for decades. Please join me in welcoming President Eisgruber.
Jen, thank you for that introduction. And let me just take a moment to thank our extraordinary provost, Jen Rexford, who is a leader in this field and helped to put this conference together. I do want to thank all of you for being here today. It's just extraordinary to see this group of people assembled around AI in New Jersey. It makes me so excited about what it is that we can accomplish. When Governor Murphy and I announced the establishment of the AI Hub back in December, this was exactly the type of collaboration that we envisioned. Leaders coming together from academia, industry, and government to foster AI innovation in New Jersey. I am delighted to see it come to fruition today. I extend special gratitude to my fellow higher education leaders for your strong presence at today's event. As I said in December, Princeton's partnership with and proximity to many of New Jersey's other leading higher education institutions, including the area's outstanding community colleges, will drive collaboration in AI research, education, and, as we just heard, workforce development. We cannot accomplish this without your participation. I'd also like to acknowledge the dignitaries who are in attendance representing governments near and far. Their engagement in this summit illustrates the powerful support this initiative enjoys at home and the enthusiasm that it is generating beyond our region and the state. For those who are joining us today from outside of New Jersey, we welcome you, and I very much hope that we will be welcoming you back in the future. The AI Hub advances two of Princeton University's highest strategic priorities, helping to cultivate a robust regional ecosystem and accelerating AI innovation in education. This hub presents an extraordinary opportunity for us to come together to make bold investments that will positively impact the region and the state, as well as the nation and the world. As Provost Rexford reminded us at the start of the day, this inaugural convening is one of many important steps in this exciting endeavor. The conversations we have today and the ideas that you share will help shape the plans for the AI Hub. And the relationships that we build today will create the foundation for collaboration in the months and years to come. We've already heard about the foundations of AI, the potential applications for technology, engineering, and finance, as well as the considerations for education and workforce development. Later this afternoon, we will explore AI applications in health and sustainable energy and take time to discuss the societal and policy implications of these new technologies. But before turning our attention to those topics, we will hear from our keynote speaker, Brad Smith, the Vice Chair and President of Microsoft Corporation, a university trustee, and a member of Princeton's great class of 1981. Brad is a visionary leader of the tech and policy sectors, and his presence here today testifies to the enormous capacity of this AI Hub to foster collaboration in this region and beyond. I look forward to hearing the insights he will share as we seek to establish New Jersey as the hub for AI on the East Coast. Once again, thank you to all of our speakers and guests for being here today and for your shared commitment to advancing AI innovation in the state of New Jersey. Before, however, we welcome Brad to the podium, before I welcome him to the podium, I want to once again extend my gratitude to Governor Phil Murphy for his leadership and partnership. Governor Murphy, your insight in recognizing that New Jersey can be a leader in this field, your vision in establishing this partnership and enabling us to work with you, and your courage in moving so rapidly to put New Jersey in this position have been inspiring and wonderful, and they've made possible what it is that we do here today. Please join me now in welcoming the governor of the great state of New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy.
Thank you. Wow, I just said to Chris, I will never get a better introduction than that. I hope it was videotaped somewhere, please. I'd like to get something off my chest right up front. I have never felt more stupid in my life. And those of you who know me know that that is a tall statement. Any event, good afternoon, everyone. It is wonderful to be back, as always, on Princeton's campus in this case, among such a distinguished group of thinkers and visionaries. And I have to say, one of the most rewarding elements of my now 6.5 years as governor has been an ex officio member of the board of Princeton University, and it's been an extraordinary, rewarding relationship. And Chris, I thank you personally for your friendship, leadership, and your inspiration. Back in December, as was noted by Chris and others, we had the honor of joining together, I believe at the Chancellor Green Library, to announce this. And I want to also, in addition to Chris, I want to thank Jen Rexford and Andrea Goldsmith and Hillary Parker in particular for their extraordinary leadership in pulling this summit together and pulling this relationship around AI together. But I think it's fair to say, I don't want to put words in Chris's mouth, but I think both for Princeton University and for the state of New Jersey, we had sort of a Butch Cassidy Sundance moment where we said, you know what, we're dating ourselves, I know. We're just gonna lock arms and jump at an earlier stage, I think, than either institution may have traditionally jumped. And I know that we're still in the very early stages of building this hub out, but this summit makes it entirely clear to me that it was absolutely the right step to take, and that furthermore, there is no better partner for us than Princeton University. So deep, deep thanks. And just look at the range of topics that are being covered during today's summit. I found all of these discussions outstanding, but I thought we ended the morning on a high note with the discussion of education and workforce development, and more on that in a moment. And over the next few hours, as Chris alluded to, we're going to hear about the potential of AI to transform everything from healthcare to sustainable energy to society more broadly. And I also want to reiterate my welcome to Microsoft's Vice Chair and President Brad Smith, and fellow board member, I might add. Great to have you with us, Brad, and looking forward to hearing from you. I think the point is that we're coming together to think ahead about one of the most positive and promising and potentially disruptive developments in human history. But I think even more importantly, we are uniting behind the belief that we collectively, whether we be lawmakers, academics, industry leaders, or more, that we have an obligation to innovate responsibly when it comes to this realm. And that is especially important here in New Jersey, a state that I believe is perfectly positioned to lead the way in harnessing generative AI to address some of our world's greatest challenges. Why, you may ask? Well, to start, we are a state that is home to some of the most renowned incubators for innovation on the planet, from universities like Princeton to Bell Labs, we heard from Thierry, to many other organizations. We are a state that has cultivated one of the most talented workforces in the entire world. We have in New Jersey more scientists and engineers per square mile than anywhere else on the planet. And we are a state that has an unparalleled track record when it comes to unleashing game-changing inventions, from the light bulb to film to the transistor, and yes, even to culinary inventions like Hoagie Haven's Mac Daddy sandwich. Wanted to make sure you're all paying attention out there. Simply put, our state has that unique combination of talent, state-of-the-art resources, and a thriving innovation ecosystem. And that is exactly why earlier this year, in my annual State of the State address, I announced the launch of New Jersey's AI Moonshot. The goal is for our state's top minds to pioneer a series of AI-powered breakthroughs over the next decade that will change the lives of billions for the better. And in the process, we will establish New Jersey as the home base for R&D in AI. We want our state government to be a catalyst for bringing together innovators and leaders, like many of you here today, to unlock a new century of hope. From discovering new drugs and medical treatments to developing new personalized educational tools, as we just heard, that will help every student reach their full potential, and everything in between, we want New Jersey to lead the way in shaping AI's future, and not for the benefit of a small group of stakeholders, but for the benefit of everyone. Of course, this is a bold vision, and it begs the obvious question. Again, why New Jersey and why now? Well, here is how I see it. The realm of AI is evolving at a jaw-dropping pace. Not a day goes by, it seems, without the emergence of a new platform that illustrates AI's profound potential. And for me, at least, it is both the hyper speed, pace, and the astonishing scale. Tim Sullivan, Eric Brophy, and I spent a couple of hours with a company, New Jersey-based, you'll hear from them later today, Brian Ventura, one of its founders, CoreWeave. And that discussion for me embodied the pace and the scale that we're talking about. And we also have to acknowledge that there exists the potential for the inflection point to be abused by bad actors. So when it comes to containing the risks presented by AI, our leaders need to work proactively and collaboratively to establish some common sense rules of the road, while at the very same time foster new innovations for the common good. Admittedly, not an easy balance to achieve. And at a time when the future of AI has yet to be written, we in New Jersey can be its author. In fact, it is a future we are already authoring here in the Garden State. First, I must say that there is a cold-blooded economic development objective, establishing New Jersey as an AI industry nexus with startups and job creation, which is unparalleled. We have a complete conviction in that reality, again, from startups up to the biggest enterprises. It is a very intentional strategy, and we are placing a very significant bet on that notion. And at the same time, and at the very same moment, our leaders are already using generative AI to make public services more accessible, more efficient, and more responsive. Under the leadership of New Jersey's Chief AI Strategist, you'll hear from her later, Beth Novak, our Chief Innovation Officer, Dave Cole, and our Chief Technology Officer, Chris Ryan, we have embedded AI into a number of New Jersey's departments and agencies. And we are, I believe, the only state that is committed to train our entire workforce in AI, and that's about 61,000 employees, and that process is well underway. So in embedding and training in AI, we are already helping our residents to get what they need from their government when they need it. I'll give you one example. The Department of Treasury is deploying generative AI to help New Jerseyans access hard-earned tax relief with far greater ease. So far, these AI-powered tools have increased the number of resolved calls by a huge factor, and that means more families are saving more money faster and with fewer headaches. In a similar vein, at our Department of Environmental Protection, we are exploring how we can use AI-powered tools to make it easier for residents and businesses to both apply for permits and to resolve them. And our administration is also supporting a new partnership between Princeton's Professor Peter Henderson and his students on the one hand, and New Jersey's public defender, Jen Solitti, on the other. Together, they are working to develop an AI-powered resource that will help our state's public defenders provide the best possible representation to our most vulnerable neighbors. And I think this is a perfect example how AI can open up new opportunities for our state's leaders and innovators to collaborate across their lanes of expertise to solve some of our greatest challenges. I think it's fair to say that there's no state in America right now, and I don't think it's close, that is as all in on AI and all of its facets as New Jersey. Now, crucially, all of the examples of how our state government is leveraging AI at this very moment highlight the potential for this realm of innovation today in 2024. But as you all know better than anyone, we are still in the early days of AI. We have only begun this journey. I think Thierry Klein made the point that it's been around for decades, but we're on, I think he said, page 2 of chapter 1. And for this very reason, it is essential that our leaders in both the public and private sectors join together to think many steps ahead about the future of this realm. And that is exactly the idea behind our moonshot. Our administration wants to open new doors to our state's emerging entrepreneurs so they can shape the future of innovation both ambitiously and responsibly. And it was in that same spirit that just a few years ago, our administration, through Tim's leadership and Terry O'Toole, its chair at the Economic Development Authority, launched the New Jersey Innovation Fellows Program. It is a first-in-the-nation program that provides direct funding to young entrepreneurs as a form, essentially, of income replacement so they can fully dedicate themselves to growing their ventures and exploring the potential of their boldest ideas. And this program is a vital investment into meeting a long-standing priority of our administration to build the most diverse and inclusive innovation ecosystem in the entire nation. The reality, and I think Olga made this point very profoundly, is that far too many of our state's most promising innovators, especially those living in marginalized communities, cannot afford to quit their day job and launch their own startups. So instead of allowing our young, underrepresented innovators to fall through the cracks with our Innovation Fellows program, we are giving them a leg up. In fact, just earlier this year, we announced our first cohort of Innovation Fellows, a group of 30 first-time entrepreneurs living right here in the Garden State, and we're providing them in total with more than $3.6 million so they can launch their careers as innovators without worrying about financial constraints. And this is an investment in the future of our state's innovation ecosystem that we are eager to build upon in the years to come. And so to that point, today, we actually have some news to make on that front. I'm thrilled to announce that we will soon be launching the next phase of our Innovation Fellows program. With our administration's budget proposal for the coming fiscal year, we're going to invest in a new group of fellows right here at New Jersey's first ever AI Innovation Hub that will focus exclusively on AI-powered innovations. These Innovation Fellows will have the opportunity to work at the cutting edge of AI, and we hope launch new ventures of their own. And again, this is going to be skewed. We have, among other strengths in New Jersey, it's been mentioned, pharmaceutical, bio, life sciences, tech, telecom, incredible institutions of higher ed, many of which are represented here today, led by Princeton University, green economy, all the things that you associate with New Jersey. We are, by many measures, also the most diverse state in the United States of America. We wear that as a badge of honor. And there is a simple reason that our administration is creating a new cohort of Innovation Fellows right here at Princeton. It is because this institution exists, quote, in the nation's service and the service of humanity. Well, that very same principle is at the center of our administration's vision for the future of artificial intelligence in New Jersey. We see a future where our state's top minds come together to pioneer new possibilities in the nation's service and the service of humanity. We see a future where our innovators harness AI to create jobs instead of killing them, to unite our world rather than divide it, and above all, to revive hope in our shared future. So let me close by thanking everyone here today, especially Chris and our extraordinary hosts at Princeton University, for joining together in support of a hopeful vision for AI's future. We have an opportunity to put New Jersey Princeton, and many partners here today at the forefront of the most profound revolution in human history. And in the process, we can build a better world, not just for some, but for every family. And I look forward to partnering with each of you in the years to come. Thank you.